Hello everyone. Hope we're all doing okay. You do need a emotional support chair or the kitchen worktop or a table, or you can even place your hands on your walls if you want to. Just something to hold on to help you with a little bit of balance that we've got going on, so we can really lean into the side core as our focus for this evening. So, for those of you who've not done a core before, take everything super slow, or you can take it quickly. It's basically what I'm trying to say is you go at your own pace and you can lean into things that feel nice and stretchy for you, or you can exit out of them very quickly if you don't like the feeling of them. But basically we're just not here to do anything that doesn't feel nice and comfortable or stretchy and achy in the right ways. And remember to breathe. So don't hold your breath at any point. Just really, be dramatic. Like, let's have some, no one can hear you, so you can do what you want. Let those breaths really go. So we're going to start off by doing some side bends, just with feet under hips, one hand just supported by a chair, or like I say, kitchen worktop, table, whatever it is that you've got. And then this free hand is going to go up and overhead as you lean towards your object. So like you had some water in your ear and you were just going to try and pour it out, and then sweep that hand back in. So this is where we're starting off. Trying to really sort of push those hips out so that you get that lengthening down that side. Breathing as you go. Nice big reach. Arm can be bent or straight, or again, depends how much mobility you've got in that joint. Just lean with it. Trying to keep nipple lasers at me. So what I don't want to do is be twisting down as I reach over. I want to try and keep them firing straight ahead. One more and then we'll swap sides. And I'm not going to switch my chair around just yet, because I feel like when we do use a chair, I'm like heaving it about all over the place. So I'm just going to put my hand on my air conditioning unit to do the other side. So same again, taking that free hand up and above the head and lean into the side. Don't forget to breathe. This side bends just always make me want to screw my face up like Popeye. One more. And then we're going to start to play with it. So we're going to try and take this movement across more planes so that we hit muscles differently and make the core react in a different way. So what we're going to do now, if going back to that original side that we started on, your leg closest to the chair, or whatever it is you're using, I want you to cross that one over the front. So now pelvis has got to work a bit harder to right itself. So I still want nipple lasers forward, and for you to try and have that pelvis forward even though that back leg is trying to rotate it round. So now when we go into our side bend, pelvis is resisting movement in two planes, as is the spine. So now those muscles of the core have just got to work a little bit differently. And again, I'm still trying to push my hip out and away. Few repetitions on this side and then we'll swap over. You might feel some different things in the glute, the lower back, the hips. It's just a really good chance to notice what's going on with that little change. Lovely. Let's have 2 more and then we'll swap. And I am going to change my chair this time. Lug it over here, just so that you don't have to stare at my back if I turn around, but you lot can all turn around because that's fine. So again, leg closest to the chair, we're crossing that one over the front and then trying to square off those hips as much as possible. Nipple lasers forward, hand reaching over the top. You might notice that one side of your body feels tighter or more niggly than the other. That's completely normal. It's just something for you to notice. Again, just going at your own pace with these reps. Speeding up to do slightly more or slowing down to do slightly less. So you can take it with what energy you've got. 1 more. Cool. I've been digging holes again in the garden today, so I'm feeling very like this. Like I've been using I feel like I've been using a shovel, which is exactly what I have been doing, so great. Now, we're going to do something different with this hand. So leg position is going to stay the same. So we're going back to that side that we started on. Leg nearest the chair is going to cross over the front just like it did before. And I'm going to try and keep my hips as square to the front as possible. Now this turns into a tray of drinks. And your job as somebody with the tray of drinks is to not spill them. So hand needs to try and stay palm up, as flat as possible, and you're going to do a bit of like a matrix style ninja maneuver, because you're going to take that all the way around the back of you, leaning back, and then end in that side bend, palm up, and then bring yourself out of it the same way. So you're leaning back, rolling that spine all the way around with your tray of drinks. They're very precious. You can choose whatever drink you don't want to spill. And we're taking it round the back. Here we go. All the way back as far as you can get it. End in that side bend. And then roll it all the way back round. I mean, no one in their right mind would do this with a tray of drinks unless they were trying to like show off or something. But you know, it's just an analogy that works for what I want you to do with your arm. Again, taking it all the way round, lean back. End in that juicy, juicy side bend. Bring it back. Whew. So everything's working 100 times harder now. Remembering those breaths. 1 more and then we're going to swap sides. Cool. Again, the face was just screwed up at the end there. My shoulders still haven't recovered from dumbbells and from tapas on Tuesday. They still feel like they're sort of curling in on themselves, so I'm trying to like get them back out. For those of you who did both those classes, you were probably in the same position. So swapping sides. Again, leg that's closest to the chair is crossing over the front. Tray of drinks out and show off, take it round the back of the head and end in that juicy side bend and then bring it all the way back round to the front. Whew. Again, leaning back with it as far as feels comfortable. Abs have got to do a thing there because they've got to really stretch to let you roll it round the back. Let's have 2 more and then we're going to mess with it even more. really stretch. Last one. Just composing myself then. Stretch it out. Lovely. Right, little rest. We're going back to that first side. Now, to make things harder for the core, my usual guys will know, you put it on one leg. So we're going to put this leg that's crossing over the front is going to lift as we do our tray of drinks all the way round. So two different options, well, three different options. You can sack off the leg balance completely and carry on with what we were doing in this position. Or option one, you take your tray of drinks all the way around the back, and when you get into that juicy side bend, you then going to lift that leg, keep it going away from this hand, and lean into that as much as you can before coming back out of it. Or option number three, you can have that leg lifted and to the side before you do your roll, which is just, it's way more for the abs because they've got to work to stabilize that all the way through. So they're your options, either having the leg off completely the whole time, or just take it off towards the end, or just go F off Amy, I'm not taking my leg off the floor. So those are your options. We're going to go for about 4 to 5 on each side, and then we're going to end with lovely child's pose on the chair, just to really just release all those demons that have built up through the day. So, taking which option you are ready for, get your tray of drinks, dramatically roll it round your head, and then really lean a hand, so fingers and toes trying to get as far away from each other as possible, and then bring it back round. You may relax the leg in between. You don't have to hover it out the whole time. Don't forget to breathe. Oh, it's really hard to talk and do that at the same time. Lovely. Taking your reps at your own pace as always. Two more. And then we're going to swap sides. I'm actually sweating. I second guessed it. I put this long sleeve on about 5 minutes before the start of the class going, yeah, it's quite nippy in here, and I instantly regret it. It's very hot now. Last one on this side. Lovely, relax. Swap it over. Same again, leg nearest to your emotional support object, going across the front or having a little lift. Tray of drinks, all the way around and back, and then ending in that side bend. Whew. I did try this earlier when I planned the class. I tried it by holding a 1 kilogram weight to see what the difference was, and God, a tiny bit of load almost finished me off. Like, really, really difficult. I know some of you will end up trying to replay with a weight as you do, but yeah, very, very, very difficult. Ooh. We are nearly there. Right, 2 more on this side. Feeling way less shrimpy already. I can't wait for the ending. My favourite stretch. One more. I'm really committed to this role of holding the drinks as well. Like my hand has not has not faltered the entire time. Really don't want to spill them drinks. Last one. Whew. Awesome. Right. To end, place your hands on whatever it is that you've been using. Full balance, and slowly walk your feet back until you can drop your head between your hands, between your shoulders, and just really let everything just relax. And what I want from you is 3 really deep breaths that fill your whole rib cage, and to really dramatically let them go. So in your own time, breathing in, and then let it all out. Make noises. Honestly, it makes you feel so much better. I won't do it because it's weird and you're all listening to me, but it does make you feel so much better if that exhale is like as loud and dramatic as possible. Now, before we come up from this position, I want you to turn your feet towards me as much as you can. Turn those feet. Sink back into that stretch. Bit of glute, bit of lower back. Perfect. And now turn them away. Very carefully. Point your feet away from me. Sink back into that stretch. And then very carefully put them back to the front. And very slowly, like the evolution of man, just slowly come back up to a fully relaxed stand. And we are all done. Sigh of relief. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to pick this microphone up now. Thank you so much. And yeah, I love you lots. Take care, everyone. Bye. Have a good evening.